My name is Chemmy Alcott. Because of my achievements in skiing, Right to Play honoured me with the chance to become an ambassador for their charity. Right to Play uses sport and play programmes to improve health, develop life skills and foster peace for children and communities in some of the most disadvantaged areas of the world. There is nothing that I know more about than the positive influence sport has on life. So I was so excited to jump headfirst into helping this great charity. To help them, I needed to understand fully what the charity's core message is. So myself and 3 other athlete ambassadors, Mark, Julia and Lauren, travelled 4,417 miles to Tanzania to experience life the African way. We visited 3 different schools and an orphanage. I was struck straight away with the different perceptions of school between the world I knew and here. In Tanzania, the children were so eager to learn that even those not allowed in the school try and sneak in. Imagine that happening in Britain. Everybody says the most infectious thing about Africa is the mosquitoes and the malaria. I disagree. It is the children's bright smiles. The world seems so much simpler in their presence. You can't help but be absorbed into their world, happy, caring, and somehow full of hope. Their levels of happiness are so much more realistic than those of kids in the Western world. Just catching a ball or helping a friend makes them happy. Right to Play's volunteers are doing a fantastic job. Using games to teach the children invaluable life lessons like protecting themselves against malaria and AIDS is so important. But we realise that they need more help, and help costs money. Which is why we combined our trip to the projects with a fundraiser. Skiing down mountains is second nature to us. Hiking up, most definitely not. Challenges are supposed to be tough, to make you go beyond your limits. We set ourselves the most immensely tough goal of climbing the world's largest freestanding mountain, Mount Killimanjaro. Without electricity and in freezing conditions, it was not possible to film my diary on location at campsites up the mountain. It was possible, however, to scribble my thoughts daily in my African journal, which I later filmed. Day 1, climbing Killimanjaro. Took my final shower for 7 days this morning. Surprisingly, I did not dwell under the luxurious hot water. I'm just too excited. Every step we take brings us closer to our dream, our goal, our mission, to stand celebratory and spent on top of Africa's biggest mountain.
It's freezing, it is really cold, and we are nowhere near the top of Mount Kilimanjaro. But we are at 3,453 meters, which pretty much I can guarantee might be the highest Mark's ever gone. It's probably the highest we've ever trained at. So this is probably our comfort zone, and it is ending now.
The last 5 days have somehow morphed into one. The technique is always the same. Right leg, left leg, breathe in, breathe out. We measure our extent by the continuously changing scenery around us. First lush, alive, vibrant green jungle, then plains upon plains of open, bare land and shrubs. The huge, towering, imposing cacti trees reign the land that follows next, holding fort amongst the many peaceful streams and occasional small, clear, brutally cold waterfalls. Long gone were the dreams of completing this task with ease. Long gone were the ignorant expectations that just because we were all athletes this was going to be a piece of cake. In their place, a realism hit us. This was really tough. This was a challenge that will take every ounce of will, positivity and perseverance to complete. It is not that we doubt ourselves or our capabilities. We will just appreciate that moment when we finally stand on top at 5,985 meters on that snowy summit. So much more. The summit climb.
It's 12 a.m. on summit night. We just got up. I'd say up, but all 4 of us couldn't sleep. We were like kids at Christmas. They were going to wake us up at 11:30, but we were still awake. Really feeling the altitude up here. It's pretty hard to walk up to camp. Your heart rate goes to about 170, and it's pretty cold. The wind's howling our tent this morning. That's what we heard when they woke us up. So slightly nervous, but very excited and looking forward to embracing the challenge. I'm actually looking forward to listening to my music because I saved it for this morning, and eating my power bars to keep me going. Woo, peace out.
The group quietens, every focus absorbed with the usual simple task of taking each step. It's amazing how something so taken for granted and so natural for the last 23 years suddenly becomes a new experience. For me, the toughest thing became finding a rhythm. My ineffective breathing and my short, plodding steps were fighting each other. The headache I had categorized as an effect of the cold night, supplemented by paranoia of altitude sickness, struck me as fast as a cheetah hunting its prey. No warning. No, if you take an aspirin now, this mild ache will disappear. One of my biggest fears is that I only remember the glory of the climb and ignore and forget the true fight it took me to get there.
You did it.
The summit made you feel like you were almost godly, on top of the clouds, untouchable.
We made it.
Yeah?
Nice.
Jambo, jambo bwana, habari gani, nzuri sana.
The photo images and the memories will last forever, reminding me of the toughest moment of my life. Cementing that in my mind forever will always help me remember the work of Right to Play and the continual need for us humans to take the responsibility, time and effort to make sure the world evolves together, healthily and happily. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video blog. To donate to this great cause, visit www.justgiving.com/Chemmy Alcott.